Hello everyone, this is your favorite one and only investor, JJ here. I know I've not been uploading for the past couple of weeks because I was on vacation in Alberta. And if you've never been there, I would highly recommend you going down there because it's absolutely beautiful. I was down in Edmonton for a little bit and then I went to Calgary. After that, I went to Canmore. And then Banff is 30 minutes away, so I stayed in Banff for a little bit as well. And then from Banff, I drove to Jasper, which was like a 3-hour drive. And I would say that that was one of the most beautiful drives that I've ever been on. So, you know, if you've never been there, I highly recommend you going down there with your family and letting me know how your trip was. But I've got a very interesting video for you guys today, so let's get right into the video. In today's video, I'll be teaching you guys 3 types of properties that you should stay away from, especially if you're a new investor or a homeowner. I'm not saying, guys, that you should never buy these type of properties. I'm just saying that unless you're experienced, have an expert on your team, or you're getting a home run deal, just stay away from it. So you know what? I'm not gonna waste any more time. Let's get to number 1. Number 1, properties that have structural issues. Guys, personally, I don't like dealing with properties that have structural issues because there's just so many unknown variables that you gotta deal with, and you don't know how extensive the renovation is gonna be unless you start breaking stuff and start demoing everything in there. So personally, me, I would stay away from properties that have structural issues, especially when you're starting out, unless you have an expert on your team who can guide you on how you can fix the structure and has a good understanding of a budget that's gonna cost to fix it. It can be very expensive, I will tell you that. Based on my personal experience, I don't like dealing with properties that have structural issues, and neither should you if you're starting out. I'll tell you a funny story actually, because I was looking at this house in Niagara Falls and it was perfect location, perfect price, but when I went to see the house, it was like slanted halfway. It looked like the property was gonna fall any second. And when I went down to the basement, I saw the whole property was jacked up by a beam, which was supported by shoring posts, which you can easily remove. So properties like that I would stay away from. So in conclusion, if you're starting as a new investor, stay away from properties that have structural issues. So now let's get to the point number 2. Number 2, properties with foundation problems. This can be a major expense, and guys, if you don't put this into consideration, it can be a money pit. And I'm talking about cracks in the foundation. And I'm not talking about those small non-structural hairline cracks. I'm talking about structural massive cracks in your foundation. So unless you guys have a good team around you or have good contractors that work with you, just stay away from it. You do not want this type of headache. And one tip I can give you guys is, you know, if your foundation is leaking, you should definitely invest in adding a sump pump that can take all the water from the leakage and pump it outside. Before I get to the 3rd type of property that you need to stay away from, and guys, trust me, you do not want to miss this one because this is the most important one. Just take 2 minutes to subscribe to my channel, guys. It would mean the world to me as I work very hard creating this content for you. And especially if you're finding value in this content, just take 2 seconds to subscribe. Hey guys, as you guys can see, we're just driving to Scotiabank right now. I got an amazing deal under contract last night. And this is a pretty interesting deal because it's in Hamilton. It's a duplex with 1 commercial and 1 residential unit. And the best part is, wait for it, we're getting a 20% vendor take back, second position for 4 years. So we're only gonna have to come up with 10% to buy this deal. So very, very exciting. So I'll take you guys along with a journey of me depositing some funds in my lawyer's trust account. All right, we finally submitted that deposit. I'm so hyped for this deal because it has a little bit of a commercial play, and I don't do a lot of commercials, so very, very exciting with this deal. So I'll keep you guys posted. Number 3, properties with asbestos. This can be a dangerous and a major expense, especially when you're dealing with old homes. And I see a lot of people in real estate, they overlook this aspect because asbestos can cause cancer and also a lot of lung diseases. And if you're asking what asbestos is, it's a fire retardant thermal or insulation type of a fiber that they have used in homes in prior to 1970s. And you can find asbestos in, you know, attic insulation, drop ceiling tiles, popcorn ceiling, and the most common would be the pipe and the insulation around the pipe where you would find asbestos. So, you know, if you're seeing stuff like that, just make sure don't try to remove it. Have an expert that come look at it, especially when you're buying an old home. And by the way, guys, I'm not trying to scare you guys. what I'm trying to just tell you guys, just be cautious when you're buying these old homes, and have an inspector that go in these properties with you to inspect, because asbestos, once they're untouched, you know, they'll not cause any issues. But when you start demoing, disturbing them, it's only then the fiber is gonna be in the air, and that's what's gonna be very dangerous for people that are even working for you there. At the end of the day, if you do come across asbestos, there's a special team that takes it out with oxygen mask and a whole outfit. So just don't be a hero. And when you're looking at this house, as long as the asbestos is untouched, do not touch it, do your work around it. But if they're disturbed, just make sure don't buy it. It's gonna be a lot of headaches. So that would be my advice to you guys. These are type of properties that I would personally stay away from, especially when I'm starting out in real estate. And like I said throughout the whole video, I'm not saying that you guys should always stay away from properties like this. I'm just saying that if you're starting out, stay with something simple unless you have a team, some experience and some knowledge. Other than that, just stay away from properties like this because it can cause you a lot of headache. And the last thing I would ever want for any of my new investors is to be discouraged by their first bad project. If you enjoyed and found value in this video, I want you guys to give it a big thumbs up. Keep your post notification on for more videos similar to this one, and make sure to subscribe because I'm gonna be coming out with a lot of content which is gonna give you guys a lot of value. So until then, I'm out. Peace, JJ. Number second, properties with foundation issues. number two, okay. Number second.
Did it again.
Two.
Yeah.
Number two, okay. Number second. Hey guys, if you guys don't already know me, my name is JJ, and if you guys have not subscribed to me on YouTube, make sure you guys do so. It's Invest with JJ. Also, if you guys haven't followed me, again, it's the same thing, Invest with JJ. If you haven't followed me on TikTok, it's the same thing, Invest with JJ.